Good evening, everybody. First of all, my hearty congratulations, best wishes to IIBF on its 80th year of service to the banking and now beyond banking, that's the entire financial sector. Actually, Mr. Sunil Kumar, CMD Canara Bank and President of IIBF, and Dr. Mishra, CEO IIBF, and good friends, Mr. Vora, Mr. Kota, and Mr. Kansale, and many other friends who are in the audience, both the IIBF family and the banking and the financial sector fraternity who are present here. A warm good evening to each one of you once again. So at the outset, as I said, that I congratulate the Institute for its 88 years of service to the sector, and it is really heartening to see that, or note that it is even elder to Reserve Bank of India. That way it is definitely heartening. And the Institute has grown in its size and services over these years. So from the very beginning, it has been the institution which have been supporting the banking personnel to hone their skills. Nobody from the academic stream, whether it's in colleges or schools or universities, was ever ready to straight away join and start operating as a qualified banker. So every person who joined the bank needed to be given specific inputs, that traits of tools of the trade and secrets of the trade, or whatever way we want to call it. And that also not just the tools have to be given, the tools have to be tested that the person can use it properly or not. So that way the institution has always been in the forefront of certifying the people's knowledge, banking knowledge on the ground. And as Kumar said, every one of us have gone through that process of both JIB and CIIB. And over the years, Institute also had grown much beyond the basic programs of JIB and CIIB, and it has branched off into very many specialized courses, not just specialized diploma, that are higher level position also, and advanced programs. So that way it has been always been responding to the demands that is emanating from the banking sector. Yes, it was specifically for the banking sector, but over the years it also recognized that it need not necessarily should be restricting itself only to serve the banking personnel, because as days goes on and definitely well into the future, if you look at, it will be more and more of an integrated financial service entities which will be forthcoming. It is not just going to be a bank. So even if it is going to be a bank, primarily a bank, it will offer under its own roof very many other services which may not necessarily be banking per se. So that would mean that anybody who is joining the banking service would need to be knowing minimum about by the entire financial sector. And otherwise also financial sector itself, other than the banking also, they also need qualified personnel, not just qualified personnel at the time of joining. It is always a continuing requirement that constantly reskilling, because the sector is changing and dynamic so vastly every few years. So one has to unlearn, relearn, and then learn again. So that's the kind of situation we have been facing in the past few years. I very often tell whenever I meet my new recruits in the bank, when we all joined the bank over these 35 years, we have to learn only one new thing, that is the technology. That was one which was not available to us when we left the colleges. Otherwise, whatever we had from the college, that was more or less sufficient to carry us through, but no longer so. Hereafter, within the last few years, we are definitely seeing the depth of the knowledge that is required even in one's own area. You may be a commerce student, you may be an economic student, even then you will be finding it very inadequate to keep up with the changes that are forthcoming. And the way the legal system is changing, the banking law and practice which we once we joined, that is not the law and the practices today. So that is also changing constantly. Supreme Courts and other courts are going on redefining the specific nuances of the act that would mean that continuously one has to keep up with those things. And internationally also the practices change that is coming here either through globalization or through other means. So that would mean that our people will have to necessarily be keeping constantly updated about what is happening elsewhere and whether those practices will be suitable here. If it is suitable, to what extent we can actually practice it, all those things will have to be learned. So that way, an institution which always keeps itself abreast of all these developments, get the distilled wisdom out of those practices and giving it to our own people in the way that people can assimilate. That way, we have definitely we have seen it that it has been rendering human service. So once again, my hearty congratulations to the institute and the personnel who are all supporting the institute from within and from outside as well. Then the advanced management program that has also been recently started in 2012. This is a fourth program. Fourth program. Actually, I had an occasion to be here in the second program, first program exiting and second program starting. I had interacted with them also. I'm glad that I could come here today to interact with the outgoing group as well. So, my congratulations to those awardees who have successfully passed through this program and getting the certificate degree today. And beyond this, these are all the activities the institution has been performing, rendering to the people in the banking sector and in the financial sector. But of late, there has been demand to go beyond the formal banking and formal financial sector as well, and to go to the what we normally call that barefoot doctors variety, that is the banking correspondents. They are innumerous in the country, and the days to come, it is going to be really be leapfrogging in terms of mere number. So that would mean that a standardized version of the requirement will have to be rendered to them. I'm glad to note that the institute has already trained about 60,000 people or more. More. So and then definitely there is it is a start. It is definitely a good start, but a lot more needs to be done. So that way also you should be doing much more. I will be definitely be demanding. Every one of us are demanding that way. So you should be gearing up much more to fill up this gap as well. And as Sri Kumar did mention, that higher the level people come in our industry, it is a felt need that there is a gap in continuous input. Yes, training, of course, IABF is not in the training area, primarily it is in the education area, but how do we redefine the educational aspects fulfilling the training requirement? Because normally training would mean hardly a few days or a week, but whereas what is fundamentally is needed is a longish program, need not necessarily be at one stop and go, but over a period, if they could be given continuous inputs to upgrade their own knowledge, that will be certainly forthcoming. It is really continuously felt across. You ask any one of the CEOs today, they will all endorse what Sri has mentioned today. So we should be doing something consciously in this regard. Yes, Reserve Bank has already will be initiated really at the top level for the top level people in the banking sector, the CAFRAL, but the middle management group, where the future of the banks are in their hands only. Naturally, their hands have to be definitely strengthened. So any thoughts or any initiatives from IABF in that regard will be most welcome. And of course, the digital banking, again, that is it is a technology which is really changing the world over, not just in the financial sector, anywhere, but more specifically in the financial sector, because technology and banking and the financial sector has a very close relationship, simply because the number of transactions, the volume of transactions that can take place, that is taking place, and the way we project, nothing can be done purely in the hands of people. It will have to be by technology only. That is why the importance of technology comes in. Then automatically that would mean that every one of the personnel who will be associated with the banking and finance sector has to be fully equipped with that. So for that, there is a digital banking course which has been designed by the institute and with the help of NPCI. NPCI on the one hand, and on the other hand, it is fully into this aspect, continuously doing very many innovative things that are required for the country, that is being taught out by them. And this also certainly congratulate Kota and Mr. Rajiv to have joined together and offering this to the people. Once again, finally again, I congratulate each one of the people who are associated with the IABF for its own success for all these 8 years, and looking forward also to be doing much more service in this country. Thank you all.